Challenge Accepted, a creative playground dissolving obstacles through collaboration and curiosity. Join your hosts Casper and Shannon as they bring their passion and purpose together to further the art of storytelling for themselves and their guests. Each episode will explore your big ideas while developing Casper's untitled werewolf story and Shannon's ConQuest creature adventure, bringing these concepts to life with the community. Our diverse cast will offer unique perspectives and strategies to overcome limitations, promoting a mindset of saying yes to possibilities. We aim to provide support, empowerment, and inspiration for ideas seeking to become reality. Go ahead and tell us it can't be done. We double dog dare ya. Things. Oh, wait. Now we got stuff. We hello there. We don't know what we're doing.
No, technology is new.
We're
I
testing
found a
out some
pretty
stuff.
button. Like,
Yeah.
I found a pretty button and I made the mistake of pressing it, and that's why we're late. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And we said, sure, why not? Let's do it.
Ugh.
It
So if
sounds
you're
good.
seeing this on my channel, hi. If you're not, hi.
Yeah, we don't know where we are. I'm watching it over here on like my channel right now, and there should be a little delay, but I don't see us at all on mine. So I'm not sure what's happening right now.
I
If
know.
I should,
Let me refresh because I see you're streaming.
yeah. Well, I don't know. We're either wicked delayed or we're not.
There it is.
So,
I see us on yours. There's an ad playing, but I see us in the corner. So we're on yours most definitely. And now I'm
okay.
getting a thing that says knock if I want to drop in and collaborate. I hit that button before, which put us down that
Interesting.
rabbit hole. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to touch it again.
No knocking.
I will just visit you on your channel and
Right?
I'll live here. It's cool. It's fine.
Yeah. And
Hi.
and we'll figure this out when I have more brain cells cuz,
Yeah.
today is not that
When,
day.
when we're when we're not both packing for PAX U next week, like, or
Right.
this
Yeah.
weekend.
Exactly. Getting over the flu, trying to do all the things to get everything ready for PAX that's coming up, and oh, what's that shiny button?
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, I have
It's
ADHD.
all
If
good.
it's a shiny,
It's not
I'm
one of
gonna
us;
do
it's the
it.
other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
If you are in the chat, if you can just let us know if you can hear us okay and everything, because like I said, we don't know what the hell we're doing today. It's madness in here, more so than normal. Um, Greenwich, we appreciate you hanging out. We are normally on this adventure of Challenge Accepted. Our goal here is to basically support each other in kind of creating stuff that's living in our brain and getting it out of our brain and actually into playable resources, which happens a little bit here and there, but we just wanted to kind of be that support for each other and then also for everybody else that's out there. And we both kind of enjoy the idea of like, the challenge and seeing where we can figure out how to go about beating that challenge and finding new ways around things. And so people bringing us something that they are having some difficulty with, and maybe you're just working on a concept and you're just like can't anymore, or you just need to take a break from it, or you need a fresh perspective or anything like that. That's kind of where this all spawned. Um, and so yeah, and so just for, I think it's kind of fun to do it every time. I think we should kind of like give a little spiel of what our kind of project is, who we are, and what our little project is that we're working on, and then we can see uh, how much stuff we didn't get done that we told ourselves we were going to do the last time.
yeah, because okay, so for everyone who, yeah, for those who don't know, I am Casper Osio. I'm a Black Cherokee. writer of sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, and a bunch of other stuff. I my magnum opus is a project called, well, currently called Howl. It's basically a lesbian werewolf world that I've created that also has other shapeshifters like um selkies, mermaids, sirens, like various types of werewolves and angels and demons and stuff, because when I grew up in the South and and in the church, and I have trauma. So that's how I deal with it.
Yeah.
Um but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like it's this big old project that I've been working on for at least a decade. And my homework was simple. It was so simple, the homework of making a family tree for all of the major characters. You see what happened was
The dog
uh
ate my homework.
I didn't get a family tree done, but I did sign up for a comic book writing workshop
Oh, hell yeah.
um with T Franklin, who did is the first black woman to do Harley Quinn.
Oh,
She also
amazing.
writes for My Little Pony and stuff like that. And I wrote a comic.
Hell
So
yeah.
I wrote a comic, and now
Amazing.
I'm working on that project. And my thinking is like this is going to be my test run project, so I can figure out how to write a comic and how to like navigate that avenue before transferring this story, which basically is my own personal sandbox that I but it's
Yeah.
another pivot, because this thing was a web series that I pivoted into a podcast, that I pivoted into a novel that I'm trying to write, that I'm pivoting into a comic book because I can't make up my mind and I really like this story.
Yeah. Well, that sounds totally normal to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
uh,
It's totally chill. Yeah, well, I
ooh,
did not do much better.
okay.
So yeah, yeah. So in terms of what I was supposed to do, I did exactly like you did. I did nothing that I was supposed to do, and did other things
Everything
that
that
fed the
needed to get
beast.
done. That's what
Yeah,
you didn't do what
yeah,
you were supposed to do. You got stuff that needed to get done.
yeah. Right, exactly. So yeah, so before I go into mine, yeah, Greenwich says I love making family trees, but I do go down rabbit holes. Yeah,
Oh, they're also trying
and
to work out how lycanthropy works in their novel series. We can
oh,
talk about that
cool! I missed
later.
that one. Nice. Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit
Yeah,
about that in ours too.
definitely.
So yeah, so I am Shannon. I am a BIPLUS creator. Also, obviously, we've talked about it already. Neurodivergent, and yeah, and I do all the things. I'm an artist, I'm a writer, and a holistic professional as well. And so I'm trying to bring all of those things kind of together in my world because I'm tired of having little kind of buckets where everything lives, and I'm trying to bring that all together into one. Um, and everything basically for me is how to better support my healing journey essentially, and to be there for others in doing that. And the biggest way I do that is in play and forms of play. I'm probably going to talk less than I normally do, a lot less, because I can already feel I got to rest my voice, so I can already feel like this is going to be a thing.
Nah, I
um,
got you, fam. It's
Oh, I
fine.
know, I know, I know you do. And so, yeah, so what my project is that I have living in my head that it's kind of been in there for a little bit, and it just wants to come out. It's just I'm working through things to get there, but it's basically this Pokemon kind of style thing where you're hunting for creatures. It's kind of like a Pokemon versus Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing, melded into my brain at some point. And I was like, oh, you know, it would be fun if you're, when you're walking around conventions and stuff like that, if you're hunting down creatures, either to rescue them or to hunt them. You know, which side do you want to be on? And so I kind of have this whole world that's playing, but I wanted to essentially start small where I build up these characters and these creatures and kind of like who they are, what they represent, like what kind of families are there, little fluffy guys, little you know creepy guys, like whatever. I haven't figured it all out yet. But the fun part of it for me was to just have people that are caring for these creatures, and then also have people go on these missions to find them, and rack up points and do all that kind of stuff, gamify it and things like that. So my homework was for me to start putting together what those creatures are. um, and what they look like, and I'm actually I'm gonna cut over here and show. I started drawing a little bit when you
Ooh.
gave me the homework. I said, right away I started kind of playing. Some things kind of started popping in my head. So I was just sketching, going through some stuff. So there's two of them, and I'm basically, that's my process right now. So what you've done is you've created a process for me, which is I sketch at night to find my zen. And so these little guys are born through my sketching, and then I'm going to collect them all, and then I'm going to kind of categorize them and prioritize them. And I'm kind of doing a little bit of both at the same time, but for the most part, I'm just kind of sketching them out and feeling little guys, and then
Hell yeah.
yeah, and then they'll go and do this little thing. So one of them's like a little floof, he's a little fluffy guy, and the other guy's kind of like a gelatinous kind of thing or whatever.
Cute little guys.
But cute little guys, yeah, cute little guys. They're not all gonna be cute little guys, but that's what came out of my brain. Those are two of them. I think I did five.
Oh,
Excuse
hell
me,
yeah.
yeah, but I didn't drop them all in there. But yeah, so but what I did was I did sign up for two jams on Itch, and I published three games. So my first game that I've ever put out, I put out, and then that was a soloing journey, excuse
Yeah.
me, soloing adventure, where I use my Moonite key, which is um, utilizing the four different creatures and as oracles, essentially, is how I'm playing it.
Yeah.
And then I wrote another one for uh, if you're in the wasteland. So creating a
Yeah.
character if you're in the wasteland, and then I just finished one last week, this week, I don't know, running together now. But I just finished another one as well. That is a generic character creator. So
Hell
been
yeah.
doing the things.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I love that for you. And I'm glad that you got like a process going. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like sketch in general kind of at night, but it was kind of
Your
random.
little guys look so cute. Well, yeah, at least you have like a direction, like a baby step for your um for your creatures, for your like
Yeah,
for your creatures.
yeah,
And yeah, no, I love that for you. Like for real. Um right now I'm making plans for next year. I'm going to try and uh network like hell at PAX U because like a lot of my
yeah.
tabletop friends are going to be there. People who like I've been playing with them for years online, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what you look like in person." And I know I give off tall energy, but hey, like people are going to expect like a 5'5" person and then look down and I'm 5'3".
Yep.
Um,
Same.
yeah.
That's
um
why our energy matched right away. We
yeah, absolutely.
recognized.
We recognize tall energy gives we'll meet eye to
Yeah,
eye. It's so cool.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it like I want to get more into that community. I because when I
yeah,
was in like during the pandemic, I was saying yes to everything, and um then life kind of got in the way, and so now I'm want to get back into that and do more game jams and
Hmm.
stretch my writing and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, so I think I'm gonna try and do at least one game jam a month. And
Wow,
um,
that's aggressive.
yeah, I wanna. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I want to try. I want to at least do, at least if it's not a game jam a month, then it's gonna be a game jam every 3 months. So I have one every quarter.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, I want to get more into. I also want to launch a Kickstarter to publish a comic book
Nice.
uh next year. Um, that's those are my two main ones.
Mm.
Besides, life stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Creatively, I want to try and get more into that. Yeah.
We have a lot of Kickstarter people in the community, so
Yeah.
we'll definitely have to get them involved in getting them on and having some conversations and stuff. And
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um, for anyone who's out there like me who is absolutely terrified, because I've done like a Kickstarter before or like a GoFundMe before, and I didn't make the goal. And I know why is because I'm not good at like promoting myself and being like, hey, money please. Like I don't feel comfortable doing that at all. But there's got to be a way for introverted people who are desperate for money, who need it, to ask for it, without
yeah.
being like, excuse me.
Right. Yeah,
um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's people in the like it. Yeah, we definitely get people on this chat and get that out there for folks. That'd be amazing.
yeah, for sure. And I think too, like the biggest thing that I've learned just from being around people that are talking about it and putting things out there is just how much in advance you have to build up the audience for the Kickstarter before you even launch the Kickstarter. So like
Yeah.
getting it going and getting building the audience, getting some basic stuff down, and it seems to me like for the most part you have to have like the project almost done before you do the Kickstarter now. Like it's a completely different world. When I first started backing Kickstarters a million years ago, it
Yeah.
seems like now you it was just like, hey, I have this idea. I'm going to create this thing. I need your help making it. And now it's like I've
Yeah.
made the thing. I need you to pay me for it now. Like it's a different world. It's wild to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's what I've been noticing too. And I'm like, that's all well and good. But if I'm trying to make a dollar out of 15 cent, I really can't
Yeah.
like start like, so I'm gonna try and, well, I've got a few pages already written through
Yeah.
my writing challenge. I've got almost a whole book written, which is awesome for me. Yay.
Hell yeah.
Um, I just have to reformat it to like the proper specs. And so right now I'm looking for an artist that I can be like, hey, you want to work out a trade or something, buddy? Cause I'm broke.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. It's kind of
yeah,
like I see some people doing it, and that's like some of the questions I want to ask too. Is like, how are you? Because I know a lot of people that they're just paying their artists and stuff, but I have seen some collaborations with people where they're multiple people collabing in one area doing stuff, and it's like, okay, so how did you go about getting to that space? You know what I mean? Where you just did you just find people you're in a comfortable arrangement or whatever, and you're just kind of like, okay, we're gonna split this because I feel like there's so much talent out here and it's so hard for everybody to break in. I wonder if we'd be more successful if we did more things like that collaboratively,
yeah,
where we just kind of said, okay, I'm going to take point on this, you take point on that, this person will take point on this, and then, we'll divide everything by three when it comes in or whatever, that kind of
that's
stuff.
yeah, and I'm not like hella greedy. I just like for these projects that I want to do, it's like I will forget to pay myself, making sure the people I collaborate with
Yeah,
get
same.
get what they deserve out of it, you know?
Yeah,
Like you
no,
did
I
the
get it
artwork
totally.
for me. Yo, like this is what we're like, your name's
Yeah.
on there, you're getting the credit and you're also getting paid for it. Me, I'm just in there. My name's on a thing if you guys want to buy it. It's like, yeah, that'd be cool. Um so like for me, I'm super chill with like I'm super chill with that kind of stuff. should I be less chill about it? Absolutely. I live in a capitalist hellscape. Late stage
Yeah,
capitalism is suffocating me. But
same.
yeah, like that's
Yeah.
gonna be part of the journey, is figuring that out, where I'm not
Hmm.
eating like Chef Boyardee out of a can while we're doing these things.
Right. Yeah. Well, I
No
think that
offense
like
to
for
people
me,
living eating Chef Boyardee out of a can. Like, I
yeah, yeah,
see
yeah,
you, you're recognized. I'm not judging.
yeah. I've eaten it cold. It's just no
Yeah,
judgment here.
we've been there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, yeah, no, I think that's part of the journey for me too, is to just like keep the process moving, so that I can continuously, even if I'm modifying it, it helps me to see like, like I recognize over the last month basically that the primary for me right now isn't actually producing the character creation. I mean, the capture um, concept. That's not the main thing for me right now. The main thing is to get basic stuff out that's living in my head that just needs to get out. And that's going to make that other process better because as I'm writing these, it's going to make those better. And the stuff that I'm writing for now is also going to help because my daughter's a dice maker too. And so I help at her
Nice.
booth all the time. And constantly seeing people come up and they're like, just, oh, these are so pretty. And they walk around and they look at everything. And then they're like, I don't play. I just think these are so pretty. And so it's like, looking for, that's why I started this last one that I did was kind of just the first part of what I'm going to do as a series, and it was just to introduce people to the idea of becoming a character. So I kind of journaled them through. I kind of took them through prompts and rolling tables and stuff like that to basically see who they're going to play. Who are you becoming in this, in this moment? And for could be for somebody new, or it could be for somebody that has played and they just want an easy, flip through and build a character or whatever. Just for anything, just to kind of give you that basic, base or whatever. So there's stuff that's living in my head that like goes with that I want to, because for me it's introducing more people. It's just like everybody else, right? Introducing more people to this space because it's been such a giving place for me in terms of what I need. Like it's for my mental health, my spiritual health, it's been great for me. And so being able to remind people, and that's the last one that I just wrote, I it prompted me. I actually wrote a quick article this morning. Basically, just sat down and typed it right out because it was in my brain, like again, and had to come out. And it was essentially just that reminder, like if you're, nobody taught you how to play. You didn't have somebody come tell you, okay, this is how you do this thing and this is how you roll through this or whatever. When you were 5 years old on a playground, you just played you because you wanted to and you played. Nobody taught you,
Yeah. Uh,
and
when you're that
that's
age,
what
you
we
kind of just
do.
like, yeah, you just make up the rules as you go. It's like, you
Yeah,
can't do that. Why not? Because the rules are, we didn't have rules before. Yeah, it's like that
yeah.
argument, but it's also that playtime.
Exactly. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I want this rock over here is going to be this planet Zybar, and then this rock over here is going to be, and everybody's just making shit up as they go. That's what we do when we play any TTRPG. We're just making shit up as
Yeah.
we go. There's various degrees of it, I think, and people play it differently. But for the most part, that's what we're doing. We're just going back to that 5 year old on the playground and saying, this is fun and I want to do it. And it's giving us all those endorphins that we, need. And, all of the little glimmers in our brain for all us neurodivergent people, too. To
Yeah.
keep going,
All the happy.
all the happy, yeah. And I think like that's what we need so much of right now. Like we're a hot mess of a planet right now.
Oh boy, yeah.
Uh-huh. Hot mess of a planet.
Oh,
So like we just need to let shit go and be in a space where we can safely play it out. you know
yeah.
whether we want to escape it or whether we want to work through some stuff, whatever. But like, just chase the joy, you know?
Yeah. And it looks like Greenwich is back.
Oh, yeah, good.
So if Greenwich, do you want like some help working out lycanthropy? Because I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm kind of an expert.
Casper knows some stuff.
Yeah, I know some stuff and things about lycanthropy.
Some stuff and things. Which, if you want to drop in the comment too anything specific, like if there's something specific to what you're doing, or you have any like you want to dial in on a question or whatever, have at it, and we'll do that. But why don't you start by how did you introduce, like, what's it like in your world? What is the
per-
lycanthropy scenario in your space?
in Yeah, so my version of lycanthropy is I treat it kind of like a, not even kind of, it's a virus. You get infected and then you become a werewolf. I took that from Underworld because there are no original ideas anymore. You just remix them into until they're all just remixed. In Underworld, they made it very medical, made it a blood condition, where it can be passed down genetically. Um, I have people who are born werewolves, um, and then people who are um, bitten. And the difference between the born people who are born and people who are bitten is that my born werewolves have the ability to fully go, like when they go into, like when they wolf out monthly because they have to. It's kind of it, it's an allegory for a period, and I stole that from Ginger Snaps. Um, Again, no original ideas, just remixed to high heaven. Um, it's for the to be wanted to be a genetic condition, and that the strains will only be able to. Oh, hey, that's cool. It will be able to skip several generations. See, yeah, I have something
That's fun.
similar. Yeah, I have something similar. Things along that line, um, or comps along that line, or things that you can that relate to that would be Underworld, like I said. Um, there's also a sci-fi show called Bitten, where
Oh, I forgot about that one.
it's like it's passed down through the Y chromosome. Um, so only men can be it, but there is the one female werewolf. Um, and that was the whole take on it. But that's why she's the hero. That's why she's special, because she's the double X that did it. I'm like, yay, congratulations. You can make that, you no, seriously, you can make that very gay, and they never leaned into that.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, genetic condition that strands will be. That's so cool though. Sorry, I'm rereading because I have to like look at the words and make sure I'm processing them correctly. Because my
Yeah,
processes are, yeah.
I was gonna read it out loud to you when you were done
Oh yeah,
with your spiel. I didn't want to interrupt you.
no problem. But I'll finish mine. I'll wrap mine up real quick. So yeah, there are people who are
You're
born,
fine.
and um I didn't make it a gendered thing at all. I just like, if you're born a werewolf, then you have the ability to turn into a full blown wolf. If you are bitten, then it's like it's a virus. It reacts like a virus. That their transformation is more painful. And you can't go full wolf mode. You are bipedal, kind of what you like, super jacked, and have some wolf like tendencies, like a whole wolf face.
Like a little wolf
I
man.
were Yeah, more like the howling kind of wolfman. situation, so you have like a full snout and the ears and everything.
Hmm.
Um, because yeah, like I wanted that one to hurt because your whole body is like it's an invading virus that's coming through. Um, like it is coming through and like changing your entire physical nature, and it's like that's gonna hurt. That's gonna be painful. So yeah, that not fun for people who are bitten. I would apologize, but you're all fictional. Um,
None of it matters.
uh, yeah, I would
Greenwich,
apologize,
I
but
have.
not judge again. So
Oh,
go ahead.
Greenwich says I have the opposite. It passed through the X because of how many of those animals are matrilineal, if not outright matriarchal. Um,
Love it.
and then any gender for me can be a lycanthrope, and it can happen through spontaneous genetic mutation. I like the idea of the activation occurring as a result of trauma. Oh, so much. I could write so many things just on the result of trauma. I
L-
do feel like
Um.
we morph into something completely
Oh,
a
I was.
completely different. Maybe I will write that actually. Damn it! I just gave myself.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it through an
On the list.
episode. Damn it!
On the list.
You
No,
see
but
how this
like
happens.
I yeah, I do like that being a trauma response. My question is it a is is it a physical like I've got to find the words for this. Is it a physical response or is it more of an emotional thing that has like like
Physiological.
physical thank you with the word thank you uh physiological results is it like if I have a panic attack um uh and then I can wolf out, or is it um oh god, is it in the head or is it in the body is my
Mm.
question. The lycanthropy, is it is the
Like, is
trigger
it
in
in
the
the
head, or is
blood?
it in the it or is it like an actual like a spike in adrenaline and boom, you are now you're in the middle of a transformation, or that's the thing that m- there we
I
go.
think I
Okay.
think it would be emotional because it activates a recessive gene.
That's smart. Okay.
Mm.
I like it. And I don't know of anything like that, which is amazing because I
Yeah.
consumed a lot of werewolf media. Um, so that's a fresh take on werewolves, and I am excited to hear it. Um,
Very cool.
or like lycanthropy, not so much werewolves, because yours isn't just wolves. Yours are uh all kinds of carnivores. Um, if I read that correctly,
Yeah, that's how I
order
read it too.
carnivora. And now I'm going back to class because I totally remember what carnivoras are. No, for not looking it up right now. Okay, so yeah, so it's bears and lions
Oh
as
my.
well.
I could
Wolves and
also see
tigers
it.
and bears and lions. Sorry, go ahead.
I could also see it going the other direction with an activated lichen being unable to transform after a traumatic experience. Yeah, for sure. I could see that too.
That would be that would be cool too. Something else, like something to explore. Because
Yeah.
if the standard is um hey, like we can all turn into wolves whenever bad thing like a super bad thing happened to us. Now
Hmm.
we all have our my emotional response is to boom, I'm a bear, which would be cool. Um
Right? Choose the bear.
like to have that be the norm, and then the one person isn't like the one person who's like, I've got this in me, I know I can do it, but because this super bad thing happened to me, um like, and when I say I know I can do it, are you including generational trauma too? Like stuff that like your parents have gone
Or
through, but
fresh.
you haven't personally gone through it, and like yeah, so your parents have this trauma, they have the ability, it passed down to you, but like
It
you
needs to
have
be
that
activated.
ability. Yeah,
And what activates it? what
Yeah.
level of trauma does it need to be in order for it to be, you know, activated?
Okay. So yeah. So if that's the case, then I would also
I
pay
guess that
attention
is a
to
big thing is what is it that's activating it? Because,
yeah, because trauma can cover a lot. And if you tie it to trauma, and since trauma is such a wide berth of different things, can different traumas activate different animal types? It's like,
hmm,
because
like
then
if
you can,
you're,
yeah, then you can theme it out to be like, well, like it. You can have each animal type and explore like can theme it out via animal type and
hmm,
keep the rules very you. This type of trauma creates this kind of animal as a defense mechanism, or it would be a trauma response. So
right. Good idea. I like the idea that in established families, your animal could even change due to your experience. Yeah,
yeah.
I think like that's the big thing is like so you've got some really cool concepts of how this is playing out. So it's I would like to know like what's the flow in your brain in terms of like how does this process activate, what are those factors that activate it, as it goes, like is it trauma, is it age, is it, I ate red meat for the first time, is it, you know what I mean, like what are the things that tick off that little button, I guess, that would say okay, yeah, you're gonna switch off into whatever toucan, I'm gonna be a toucan.
I no, I do. I think the route of having animals as specific trauma responses and exploring that kind of situation, because tigers get a bad rap for being very, very vicious, but they are the chillest big cat ever.
Yeah.
They run from fights. They literally are like, yo homie.
Yeah.
They are avoidance. They
Yeah.
are avoidance personified. um
Yeah. Yeah, they're just big kitties.
yeah, depending on what type of bear you're looking at, like polar bears are like, come fight me, bro, you're in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
um and oh, okay.
It's
It's
normally
normal.
going to be a part of puberty for those who carry the gene, but trauma can throw the whole thing for a loop and even cause transformation in people who haven't had an active lycanthrope in generations. Cool.
Okay, I like it because puberty is traumatic.
Mhm.
um it really is. Puberty is trauma.
Right. Yeah.
uh no, I love
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah.
It's I think the I think the way that I would tackle um your rules is to establish, like, I would I'm a rules type of yeah, see, exactly. Especially second puberty. I was about to bring that up too, because I also
Yeah.
identify as trans, but I haven't hit my second puberty yet because I don't got money for meds yet. But um like the whole
That's a long
second coming out,
process.
yeah, the whole second coming out would be a huge factor. So I
Yeah.
think, to help organize your thoughts, because you're taking on big big concepts, right? I would figure out which rules, like hard fast rules, you cannot break for your world. At least that's what I would do if I was building a world as big as yours. um I would figure out which hard fast rules absolutely you cannot break. Like, this trauma has this like, this trauma creates this response. We've had this trauma in our past, and like, for years we have the gene of being a bear. And this is how
Yeah.
we deal with it in our family. Um, yeah. So, then you have a like you're trans, so you're having a different like uh through my first puberty I was a bear. But now I'm going through my second puberty and I'm identifying as this, dealing with other trauma. Your animal could change, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would figure out the hard fast rules for your world, for your sandbox, especially if it's a novel. And when you get that novel out, like, if you need beta readers, like, I'm here. I volunteer as tribute because that sounds amazing. But yeah,
Yeah, it does.
going back to it, I if it I would set out the rules just so you can
Yeah.
throw them up on the wall whenever you get lost in the sauce, because this is gonna get complicated. But yeah,
I,
throw up
I
the
would think,
rules and have them.
yeah, for sure. I would think too that it would be fun to look at like just the science behind, so each like trauma that you go through has, whether it's physical or mental or all of the different aspects of it, they're going to affect you differently on like a science level, the physical level. And I would think going through and looking at like how does your like as a human, how does your actual brain chemistry change with this type of you know disease, this type of trauma, this type of, what I mean, and going through if it's a social issue, if it's a physical issue, if it's an emotional issue, if it's a mental, I'm saying issue, that's not the right word, um but you know what I mean, like what is the actual science that's happening. And then even like maybe looking into what do we do in society now for those types of things to treat in that case, and does that help or hinder, and affect it in any way? Like, are there things that are going to actually additionally trigger?
Greenwich says for a character, get out of my way. If for a character I'm working with, a were hyena, her transformation is inhibited by watching her village burn to the ground. So she feels immense grief and even guilt despite not be having it be her fault. I like the idea of sometimes adding abilities to what you can do as a defense mechanism. Uh, I enjoy so a were
so
hyena.
so she can't
Yeah.
transform because she's so grief stricken,
Okay.
if I'm understanding that correctly.
If uh, I think that's what it is. Yeah, inhibited by watching her village burn to the ground,
Hmm.
grief and guilt despite it not being her fault. I can read. I know I can. Um, despite it not being her
Words are
fault.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah, the words are hard. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I like that. Like, sorry.
She's frozen. Like, it seems like, based on kind of what you've been putting so far, that like this is a benefit. Being able to transform is actually, or it seems that way to me anyway, that this is like a generational thing that is actually good. This is things that they want to be able to transform as part of their identity, whatever. And so in that case, the trauma response that she's having to drama is to not be able to be herself. She's
she's she's frozen.
yeah.
Yeah.
um
Mm.
like, it doesn't always have to be likened to or changed by trauma. Yes, she can't transform. I have a banshee character who, because of her transition, she's scared of using her powers, so she can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's emotional, and it seems like you got emotional, you got physical, and you have mental ways that it could stop the
I
transformation,
do
prevent transformation.
I do like the concept of being frozen in place. That seems to be
Yeah,
a theme amongst of among the characters you just mentioned.
yeah.
There's the fight, flight, and freeze responses
I
to
just no, go ahead. My brain's exploding right now. Go,
yeah.
yeah.
It's the idea of immense power, unable or unwilling to use it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So somebody watched Agatha all along. I see you. You can't
Oh,
slip that past me. I saw
snap.
that.
Called out. Called out.
Don't worry.
I,
I called myself out because I shouldn't be able to recognize that quote, but I absolutely
right?
do. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
I see
uh,
like this whole internal thing that's happening inside where it literally freezes. So like whatever the actual physical thing is that's doing the transformation, that's the visual that I got. Like internally, everything just kind of like getting very crunchy and frozen up solid, and it's not doing the thing. I love being
yeah.
a witch. I
Yeah,
am
that
a
hurt.
witch, so I do love
That
it.
no, that hurt. But yeah, okay. So again, for me because I like building sandboxes with worlds and stuff, with rules and stuff is
But you
the
have
type of
to.
yeah, well, yeah, I love your world. It sounds incredible. Um
Same.
I I like that the idea of that like you can freeze your abilities because you're too scared to use it or you're too like stuck to use it and have it be like a mental block. Like there are some people who like create entire personalities because of
Yep.
something traumatic happening to them. They have to section it off and have that not be part of who they are at this
Yep.
time and have them work it out that like until they're ready to work it out. So I think adding the um words the supernatural element and that tying it to recovery uh makes a whole bunch of sense for your world. Yes, you got it. It's an allegory for did. DID, baby. I don't have it, but I've done some research because I have a character. Oh, hey. That's so then you're drawing from your own experience. Yeah, absolutely. Um I do not have it for I don't have it, but I've been doing a lot of research because um I wanted to be a psychologist when I was a lot younger. And then life made choices. I made choices. Life didn't. But yeah,
We can
I'm
blame
not a
life
psychologist.
sometimes.
Yeah, but it's just like I think that's interesting. Um as I think it's an interesting way for the brain to heal itself. Um
Yep.
and yeah, I think going down that route and using it to as a guide to bring more realism to your world and to your um lycanthrope. Yeah, absolutely. I'm Greenwich said we should absolutely have a conversation later because we have so much in common. Let's go. I am also in Imagine If Discord. If you're not following, you absolutely should. Those are for the VOD people.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to shoot me a message in the Discord, we can absolutely continue this conversation. But yeah, if you bring your own personal experience um to these themes that you're writing about and it'll bring a level of realism to your world that can help a reader get through your entire novel series and not lose them and have them get lost in the sauce, because then you can bring it back to actual things that your actual characters are actually dealing with.
Yep.
um yeah.
And just on that note, too, in the Discord itself, feel free to make a thread in there and start sharing if you want feedback on things. There's a challenge accepted thread you can drop in there, or you can create your own. Or if it's not letting you create your own, let me know, because that's something that I did wrong. Need to fix. Um, but yeah, you can go ahead in there and congratulations, because you're now part of the part of the monthly crew now. We're gonna be like, where are you? We're Screen Witch. Let's go, show up.
Oh yeah, no,
So we
now
can
you have
help you with
homework.
yours as you go. Yeah.
Now you have homework that you
Yeah.
can or cannot do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Your homework is, I want a list of these rules. I just want a brief, bulletproof, kind of loosey goosey concept of
Yeah.
your rules for your magic world. And you can drop those in the challenge accepted thing. And um, yeah, that'll be. We'll talk about you absolutely next time, because this was
Yeah.
fun. Uh,
Yeah. Well, this is what we wanted, right? This is exactly what we
heck
wanted.
yeah.
So, and we're talking about werewolves and lycanthropes and everything else. So, like, you're like, yep. I
Just
manifested
bring me
the shit out of this.
bring me all the furries. We'll hang out and we'll just talk werewolves and stuff.
Yeah.
Werewolves, shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on shape like lycanthropy being an allegory for coming out as trans. That's a different. That's next
That's a
month's
whole nother
episode.
show.
That's a whole
You
nother show.
you need a lot of time for that.
Yeah.
you,
And it's
you
only
do that one whenever you want, but
I'll hop on
yeah.
here and be like, all right, guys, I've
Yep.
got in this. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Exactly. Yeah.
uh,
You have free reign. You just go right ahead.
oh my goodness. Green was just saying lycanthropy is such a fraction of the universe in my novel. See, yeah, and
Fun.
I just want rules for your shapeshifters. So
Yeah.
if that's only a fraction, you should be golden.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then next week you can bring the next thing that we want to talk about.
Oh heck yeah.
If that's just a fraction.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
So ready.
Well, and it's what's great is this whole dynamic of talking stuff out. Like it's you can be your own individual person working on something, but until it lives outside of your head and touches another being, you're missing stuff. Like there's a back and forth that happens. You just get better. I use a lot of Celtic folklore because I'm mostly Welsh ancestrally. That's cool.
I have Celtic folklore. I have Selkies in my world because I love the idea of Selkies. They make me happy.
Yeah, who doesn't?
They deserve more love.
Ireland's very high on my I need to get over there list.
Yeah, that'd be
All
great.
the lands actually, but Ireland specifically is calling. It's been calling me for a while. Since I've been named, I guess it's been calling me because I have no Irish in me except for my name.
I got a lot of things in my ancestry. Irish is one of them.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, I do. But yeah, yeah, I like looking up a bunch of different stuff. Right now I'm kind of obsessed with African ancestry. Not ancestry, African mythology and all of their shapeshifters cuz
Oh, cool. Let's do a whole show on
that's
that.
ooh, heck yeah.
Also, I realized I never put anything in the little
Boom.
chat. So let me do that right now.
Drop all the links.
Casper.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's where you can find Casper and all the stuff that they do. Oh, I love Yoruba. Am I saying that right? Yoruba tradition?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh yeah, once I know more about it. Yeah, once I learn more about it, if that's going to be my homework. Are we assigning homework already?
I don't know. I think, you know what? It's December and we got a lot going on. We got PAX this week. I think our homework is to still finish the homework that we had the last time.
All right. Fair enough. I do need to do the family trees. So I will eventually get to Yoruba. Once I learn more and that I feel comfortable enough speaking about it, then I'll probably bring it because I don't want to get up
Yeah.
here like, hey, I read a wiki page. Let me go. Now I'm an
Yeah,
expert
yeah, yeah.
because they deserve more. They deserve a lot more respect than that. So,
Yeah, and we can have people on too if we've got somebody. You
oh,
make a
heck yeah.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, I will find you if you like African mythology folks, I will find you and I will talk to you. This sounds like a threat because it kind of is, but I will find you and I will talk to you and I will learn. Thank you for your service.
We all will learn.
We all will learn.
Yes.
Um, yeah, let's. I think that's it for us in this episode, though,
Yeah.
right?
I fully acknowledge that as someone who was raised white, it is not my tradition to practice. I do have Creek ancestry. For my research, the Orishas of the Yoruba pantheon might be some of the oldest deities. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't wait to
I'm.
learn
I'm.
more about that.
Yeah, I'm on my reconnection journey with my Cherokee ancestry because I was raised black in the South. So, um,
I
but
cannot
now I'm
apologize
here.
enough.
It's I'm here talking like I've got my grandma who's been helping me out, so
Mm.
that's been fun. But yeah, we before we go off become off on another neurodivergent tangent, we
Right.
should wrap up
Welcome to our
'cause
show.
welcome to our show. It is one after another.
Yeah.
um yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Green Witch, for your contributions and your amazing world. I cannot wait to hear more about that. Um, and yeah, Shannon, thank you for hosting. I have been Casper, DNB Ghost. I'm wrapping this up now. So if you
Love
want
it.
to find me, yeah, if you want to find me, I am on Blue Sky. I am no longer on the Demon app. So I'm on Blue Sky and Threads, Instagram, Discord, Twitch, everywhere. It's Casper DANB Ghost. You can find me at PAX U this year because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where I'll be this weekend. I'm also in Castleton on Winter's Tale. I hang out on Pluto's channel a lot. Like, follow me for my schedule. I'm gonna get better at posting it. But you can find me at least here on the first Monday of every month. Shannon, where can we find you?
Heck yeah. So I am also not on the Demon app. I am Imagine If pretty much everywhere. It's Imagine with no EIF. Imagine If Media, obviously, here. And then also on YouTube and on Twitch. No, not Twitch, the other one. The other one with the. Oh, I
Clacky
can't
thing?
even. No, the one with all the ads now.
Instagram,
No, I'm
Threads,
on it. No, TikTok.
YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
TikTok.
I was gonna go
Yeah.
through all of them.
It left my brain. Yeah, it's already. Anyway, I'm Imagine Media on TikTok and on YouTube, but everywhere else I'm Imagine and yeah, you can find me here. I play Raven on Superhero Shenanigans on Don't Kill My Character with Kate the Great Cosplays. And pretty much all over the place. I just guest everywhere. So I don't know. Maybe you'll see me settle down one time. I don't know. But yeah, we super appreciate you hanging out with us very much. I adore Kate as well. Yes. Funny story about Kate. Her and I were like basically creating all of the same characters when we first met and started playing together online. So we we don't do that anymore, but yeah, I adore Kate. But yeah, we thank you for hanging out, and we will see you in about a month. And we're in the Discord, so come hang out.